politika? Ano nga ba ang politika?
In my opinion, politics, sila yung nagbibigay ng batas or gumagawa ng rules sa isang society.
Politics is the science of government or leading the nation, and that people of authority exercise powers to their constituents.
Xian kumakatawan sa aming ginagampanan ng tungkulin.
Para sa akin ng politika, nasa legislative branch yan eh. Pag sinabi natin legislative branch, dito kine-create yung bagong batas ng 24 na Senate Representative. Tapos pagbabasa namin sa PNP, kung ano yung bagong batas na inaprubahan, yun yung ipinapatupad namin sa komunidad para maging safe yung ating lugar. Pagbabasa namin sa PNP ng mga batas na bagong ito, ay siyang aming pinapatupad upang maging isang ligtas ang ating komunidad at maging ligtas din ang ating mga mamamayan.
Pagulo nga.
In my own perspective, politics is academic study of government and state.
In my own opinion, ang politics, dito nakapulog yung mga batas. May mga limitado, may pwede, mayroon ng bawal.
Pera ang batas.
Maraming sabi-sabi ang naikot patungkol dito. And to answer that, there is no definite meaning that can be placed upon it. This short film is going to discuss one thing about politics, and it's political dynamics.
Hello po, good morning.
Good morning.
I am Rosario po from BAPS 1-2 and naghahanap po ako ng may interview po para sa finance activity namin. Okay lang po ba mag-interview po kayo ng interview namin?
Sure, why not? Pero about Sunday yung interview. And possible ba na malaman mo na yung mga questions before I give my answers?
Sure po, ang topic po natin is about the heterosexual bill na pinasa po sa government natin. Bilang mamamayan po ng Pilipinas, gusto ko po malaman kung ano pong opinion niyo because we are gathering the public opinion of the people na nandito sa university and nagpo-public calling din po kami sa internet.
What is public opinion? It varies from issue to issue, just as public opinion asserts itself differently from one democracy to another. Public opinion does not influence the details or most government policies, but it does set the limits within which the policy makers must operate. According to Jacobs and Shapiro, most public opinion research is used to manipulate the public rather than to act on its wishes, such as politicians using public opinion research not to establish their policies but only to identify slogans and symbols that will make predetermined policies more appealing to their constituents. Bentham and some other thinkers believe that public opinion is a useful check on the authority of rulers. He also demanded that all official acts be publicized, so that an enlightened public opinion could pass judgment on them. Moreover, public opinion exerts a more powerful influence in politics through its latent aspects. Latent public opinion is, in effect, a probable future reaction by the public to a current decision or action by a public official or a government.
Public opinion polling can provide a fairly exact analysis of the distribution of opinion on almost any issues within a given population. It is also an interview or surveys with samples of citizens that are used to estimate the feelings and beliefs of the entire population. Political polls is designed to represent the opinions of a population by conducting a series of questions and then extrapolating generalities in ratio or within confident intervals. Quick polls provide snapshots of political opinions that are used by the media, interest groups, parties, and candidates. While in public opinion survey, these surveys are fielded by reputable organizations using proper social scientific techniques. This one differs greatly from a quick poll consisting of 1 or 2 questions administered online to whoever is willing to take it. In addition to that, public opinion polling are held online, which shows how politics is affected by the technology.
This survey will be used solely for academic purposes. Any publication of the video na hindi po para sa purpose na sinabi ko will lead me to give you compensation and iti-take down ko po fully ang video. If that's okay po with you, we'll start the interview na po.
Okay, sure. Let's do this mini interview.
I-start ko na po video. Good morning po. May I know po kung ano po ang opinion niya about sa heterosexual bill na pinasa sa ating copy.
So, yung heterosexual acts, as far as I know, yung heterosexual act is about, it's about protecting and empowering the rights of every straight people in our society in the Philippines. And for me, para po sa mga LGBT community, they find it very insulting. Once na mabasa to, parang nililegitimize na yung abuse and discrimination against LGBTQIA+ community. And ang dapat nga bigyan ng protection is yung mga community or group na kung saan kulang pa yung mga protection para sa kanilang mga karapatan. So, and which is the LGBTQIA+ community. And they have been fighting for so many years, for so long. They have been fighting for their rights, for their voices to be heard by everybody, especially by the government. So, yun lamang. Thank you so much.
God, maraming salamat po. And I guarantee po na gagamitin na po ito for academic purposes. Thank you po for participating in the interview.
Thank you so much then, and good luck sa inyo, ha? Hello po, good morning. I am Melwin Amaro and we were talking in Messenger earlier. Yes, I remember. Please take a seat po. Thank you. So yun nga po, tungkol po dun sa org po na sinasabi nyo, meron po ba mga projects or na naging tradition na ng organization na ito?
This organization does hold events like those mostly. This organization has been established years ago until now. I might say that this organization is built for people who share the same interest in regards with politics.
Interest group. Interest group, also called special interest group, advocacy group, or pressure group. Any association of individuals or organizations, usually formally organized, that, on the basis of one or more shared concerns, attempts to influence public policy in its favor. As defined above, an interest group is usually a formally organized association that seeks to influence public policy. We have 4 types of interest and interest groups, and these are economic interest groups, cause groups, public interest, private and public institutional interest, and non-associational groups in interest. The first, economic interest groups, and these are ubiquitous in the most prominent in all countries. The second, cause groups, are those that represent a segment of society but whose primary purpose is non-economic and usually focus on promoting a particular cause or value. Third, whereas economic interest and most cause groups benefit a narrow constituency, public interest groups promote issues of general public concern. Last, private and public institutional interests constitute another important category. These are not membership groups, hence they are termed interest as opposed to interest groups, but private organizations such as businesses or public entities such as government departments. However, similar to interest groups, they attempt to affect public policy in their favor. Common characteristics and the importance of interest groups. Most interest groups are not formed for political purposes. They usually develop to promote programs and disseminate information to enhance the professional, business, social, or avocational interests of their members.
Political movement. Political movement involves the state and government. It is an organized effort by a group of persons to change society norms or governmental policy. Political movements are generally associated with a certain ideology and are typically opposed to some component of the current law. Political movements tend to change the way we live and work. There are two types of political movements. These are radical and reformist or reform. The first one was radical movement, seeks to fundamentally alter value systems. The history of radical movement is the Radical Party or PR, was founded in 1901. The next one was reform movement. Reform movement supports modifying specific norms or laws. A reform movement differs from more extreme social movements, such as revolutionary movements, in that the principles are frequently based on liberalism. However, they may be based on socialist, particularly social democratic, or religious conceptions. For the example of political movement, the People Power Revolution, often known as the EDSA Revolution, happened in 1986 because it intended to promote freedom, human rights, and the abolition of torture against the people and citizens of the Philippines during the time of former President Ferdinand Marcos. It is linked to the political movement since it tries to mobilize the people or aid them in informing the government about a revolution, which is why it is termed a political movement. Other examples of political movements are the anti-war, environmentalism, and anti-globalization movements sought to influence government policy.
This organization is filled with members leaning towards the left of the political spectrum. And we guarantee na pareho lang yung stance ng bawat.
Thank you so much for your time and pag-isipan ko po muna yung diba? Don't worry po, i-inform ko po kayo kung ano na po nakapag-decision. Thank you po.
Mga ate.
Be, sasali ka talaga dun sa ordinary?
Hindi ko baka alam eh. Okay na kaya muna ako.
Mamaya na, Be. Magbayad ka muna, Be. Ubus na in order namin. Sabi mo nilibre mo.
Talaga, babayaran ko pa tayo paubos na.
Siyempre,
Inubos
kailangan
nila.
namin yan sa'yo eh.
So yun na nga. May nag-approach kasi sa akin. Ina-encourage nila ako na sumali sa organization nila. Nakausap ko na rin naman yung head or yung chief ng organization. But I'm still hesitant kung sasali pa rin ako or hindi.
Pero gusto mo ba? Like, does it feel right na sumali ka sa organization na yun?
You know what? The org sounded promising eh. Actually, they are doing something beneficial for the country. And to be honest, may nagagawa silang maganda bilang citizen ng bansa natin.
Okay, given namin nagagawa sila sa bansa. Pero, paano kung hindi sila citizen? What if hindi sila citizen?
What is citizenship? The idea of citizenship came from the Greeks during Aristotle and Plato's Golden Age. Citizenship is a membership in a political community. Once that you're a citizen of a certain state, you are entitled to oblige and participate in their political and public affairs. As per stated by Aristotle, man is a political animal, making it normal for a rational human being to involve themselves in political matters. Citizenship gives people the rights to participate in political matters, giving them the rights to participate in jury duty. Unfortunately, there is no jury trial in the Philippines, as the Philippines only practices bench trials. Besides jury duty, citizenship, also in Aristotle's thinking, was a privilege to participate in the government and hold public office. Citizenship can be acquired by birth or by choice, wherein under by choice is jus sanguinis and jus soli. Firstly, jus sanguinis, the law of blood, are children who possess the same citizenship as their parents, even if they are not born in their state at the time. Meaning, despite being born in another country, if their parents are Filipino, their citizenship will also be Filipino. However, under jus soli, the law of soil, the citizenship will be based on the land that they are born in, despite their parents' citizenship. An example, if the child is born in the US, the child will be a citizen of that country even though their parents are Filipino citizens. Citizenship can be acquired by choice. Acquiring of dual citizenship is also possible, in which a person must abide by the law of the two countries they have acquired citizenship into. This acquisition of dual citizenship will fall under naturalization, wherein the person chooses to be a citizen of different countries. If the person wishes to become a citizen of another country, they must fulfill the requirements of that country by following the laws set in that country. In naturalization, there are two processes. One is the individual naturalization. This involves the law process wherein the lawmaking body processes their citizenship. Second will be the judicial process. This process is strict in terms that the person who wishes to become a citizen must be able to reach the required qualifications. If the alien petitioner does not meet the required qualifications, they will not be granted citizenship. An example of this is where the alien petitioner marries a citizen of a foreign country for them to attain a green card that will grant them citizenship in that country. Lastly, in the modes of acquisition is the legislation. If the person who wishes to become a citizen has done something noble for the country, they will be granted citizenship without having to go through a process where they need to meet the said requirements. It's as simple as if you play an important role in that country or have done something for it, you will be granted citizenship if you wish to.
Ang layo naman ang tanong mo sa problema ko. Bakla, what if makapasing kita?
Pero hindi nga sa organization comes with a big responsibility. Alam mo naman na politics ay isang topic na nag-cause ng arguments. Moreover, kapag part ka pa ng active organization. Pero nasa iyo pa rin ang decision dyan. Because the way you describe the organization seems like it has got your interest now. Kaya try mo.
Pero kasi I believe na being a citizen of this country, it means that I have the rights to participate in any political affairs. Kaya, kung may magagawa ako, sa tingin ko may magagawa ako, why not, diba? Bakit ko tatanggihan?
Being a citizen of this country means that I have the right to participate in its political affairs. Kung may magagawa ako, bakit ko tatanggihan?
Nakalimutan ko. Karapit isikuhin mo ko kapag live ko na. May pili ko. Pili ko. Ano ba naman dito? Pili ko mas marami tayong bloopers na mag-record tayo. Pero malis ka na. Umaano. Wow! For the drink. Okay lang yan. Ang linaw na mata ni Melwin. Hindi ko nakita agad.